All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. We're gonna get rolling here, and real simple. It's a strength day, and just gonna have you guys move. So you will need, something to deadlift. So something to deadlift. We'll make this work for you, but ideally we're looking at like something for 5 to 7 reps. I'll help you build. Part of the warm-up is going to be using a kettlebell. I want to do something dynamic for the warm-up. And we're also going to do a chest press. If you have a barbell, you could use your same barbell. Different load, obviously, but you could use the same barbell. So let me just give you guys 2 minutes. Run, bike, row. Do whatever it is that you want to do for the next couple minutes. And we'll start in on this. A lot of what we're going to prioritize today is position of the spine and breathing. So again, just take 2 minutes, just kind of see if you can get yourself moving a little bit. Okay, online crew, yep, you guys all good? Let me know if you need anything. I should be able to hear you if you have any questions, or hit me up in the chat. Otherwise, we're rolling here. So another minute here, and to begin with, you'll just need an empty barbell. Okay, so that's fine, come on off. Empty barbell, even a PVC pipe, anything will do. And if you don't want to use anything, you actually don't have to use anything for this. So we're going to start here by just loading our hamstrings. So what I want you to do is, oh my gosh, things are falling apart here. I want you to start with your knees rigid, so super tight. And I want you to get your back flat. And I want you to just be really careful of folding forward, okay, and making sure that there's no change in your back. Now for some of you, you'll have to just go like a couple inches, and that's all you've got for your range of motion. But I want you to count 5 of those. Now the key is, I'm asking you to do this with your knees locked out, okay? Your back has to remain flat. Good, and some of you have enough range to go to 90 degrees. I want you to do 5 of them, and I want you to stop on number 5 in your bottom position and just check to be like, can I make my knees more stiff, and can I get my back flat. So just check in that bottom position. Good. Yep, so get your knees locked out. So your knees are stiff. What happens is you want to bend your knees, and that's okay because you're adding slack back into the system. Okay, but right now I want you to take all the slack out of the system. You're just going to do 5 of those. Okay, and on number 5, just hold for like 5 seconds. When you're done, okay, you're going to do an inchworm, and you're going to do it exactly the same. Okay, so you're going to start here, and all I want you to do is walk up. Now, I'm only moving here from my ankles, okay? You can walk back bending your knees, but I'm only moving from my ankles, okay? And I'm really stiff in my knee, okay? Go ahead and do that 5 times, 5 times. Good, yeah. Again, I want you to pay attention to how you are pulling all the tension out of your system. Your quads are really stiff, your knees are locked out, and you're just going to do 5 of these. And adding this rigidity, this stiffness to the system can be pretty helpful sometimes in helping you find a good position. So the next thing you're going to do, grab your PVC pipe, your kettlebell, barbell, whatever, okay? All I want you to do is get a grip that is outside of your body, so it's outside of your shoulders. Lock your knees out again, and it's the same thing, okay? But my knees are locked out and stiff, okay? My knees are locked out and stiff. And again, I want you to make sure that your back is completely flat, okay? So you're only going as low as your back can be flat. Good. And some of you automatically right away round your back by letting your shoulders come apart. So if your shoulder blades peel apart, your back is going to be rounded. Okay, if your shoulder blades come apart, your back is going to be rounded, and your quads have to be rigid. So that means your knees right now need to be locked out. Now we'll find another position for them in a minute. Next thing you're going to do is just grab your kettlebell and swing your kettlebell 5 times. I just like to incorporate some dynamic movement here. Good. And just a regular kettlebell swing is totally fine. Regular kettlebell swing is totally fine. Good. Once you've done 5 kettlebell swings, hop on a place to run, bike, or row. Okay, and I'm going to let you keep your own timer on this, okay? I don't need to keep everyone together here. Just go for 30 seconds. Do a little 30-second run, bike, or row, okay? And you can keep your own timer. When you're ready, you're going to come off, and we're going to do that same thing again with your quads really rigid. So your knees locked out, and your back flat, completely flat. We'll add another dynamic piece into this. Okay, when you come off, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. So just 30 seconds on your own. Okay, however long or however you want to do that. You can look at your monitor. Okay, whatever it is, 30 seconds on your own. I'm going to try and get somewhere here with this. Good. Then when you come off, here's how you're going to do this next. Okay, same 3 activities. Watch me. Okay. You're going to take a deep inhale and hold. So I'm going to inhale here, hold. I'm holding my breath the whole time. I'm rigid, I'm stiff, and I'm going to come up and breathe. Okay, so we're going to incorporate some breathing here. I'm doing this on a breath hold. Okay, only place I breathe is when I get to the top position. Good, so now the knees are locked out and stiff. The knees are locked out and stiff. Okay, you don't have to use a load if you don't want to. The shoulder blades have to be squeezed together, and I'm saying this movement, breath hold. Holding my breath here, come up, breathe at the top. Breath hold, come up, breathe at the top. Do the same thing with your inchworm. If you could, please, 5 of them. Good. Same thing with your inchworm, 5 of them. Same thing with your deadlift, you can deadlift your kettlebell, empty barbell, 5 of them. It's on a breath hold. Anytime you move, you're holding your breath now. Okay, and you should be holding your breath from the bottom of your throat down. So you're going to close off the bottom of your throat, hold your breath, and then come up. Good. Yep, quads rigid, breath hold, get to the top, and then breathe and walk your feet back. Good, so it's a breath hold as you walk your feet up, so you're super rigid and tight. You should be able to feel how close that rib cage comes into your spine. Super rigid and tight. Good. And these are some of the techniques that you're going to need to use when you deadlift. We're talking about how we pressurize the spine and how we use the core under pressure. Good. And then it's a regular deadlift. Okay. You're starting in the top position. The feet are going under the hips. Again, I want you to listen to me now. The feet are either under the hips and the hands are wide, or if you can't handle that, the feet are outside the hips and the hands are narrow. Okay, those are your two options. Okay, you'll stand up, inhale here, hold, down, up. Good, inhale, down, up. No knees bend yet. So no one's knees are bending yet, and that's good. You should. If you have a mirror that you can look in, you should look in the mirror. Okay? Because a lot of you, as I look around, your backs are rounded. And I'll tell you that and you'll be like, what? What are you talking about? Yes, it's true. Your back is rounded. Squeeze your shoulder blades in the back. When you're done, swing your kettlebell 10 times. Sorry, swing your kettlebell 10 times. Good. Yep. On the breath hold. Good. On the breath hold. Good. This looks right. Good, 10 kettlebell swing, hop on, run, bike, or row for 30 seconds. Good, and I like the 30 seconds a little bit more under my control, so I'm going to put the 30 seconds up on the clock here when I see you guys finish up your kettlebell swing. Okay, we'll just do a 30-second run, bike, or row. Good. And my clock will roll in 10 seconds. If you're on it, great. If you're like, no, that's not working for me, that's fine. But in 30 seconds, we're starting the next thing. Good. So just to be really clear now, just to be really clear, we're focusing on holding our breath, a breath hold while we're moving, so that creates some compression around the spine, a lot of core work, okay? And we just got done talking about a rigid position for the quads, rigid. About 15 seconds, you're gonna come off. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry. Yep, we're good. So here we go, this is what we got going. Same 3 activities. This time, okay, you're gonna sequence this by sending your hips back. Look at my knees are still locked out, and I'm gonna bend my knees, okay? So now I will take the slack and add it back into the system by bending my knees. This should be easier for some of you who are having problems keeping your back flat, because now all the slack is gone out of my hamstring, okay? So again, I go hips first, look at my back is still flat. Then bend my knees, okay? And this looks just like a deadlift. Show me what 5 of those look like. You don't need a barbell if you don't want to. You can put your fingertips behind your ears. Good. Hips go back first, then the knees bend. So it's sequenced in that order. Good. Yep, that's right. Good job. Yep, perfect. Perfect. Good. Good. Good, guys. We're going to skip the inchworm. You're going to go right to your deadlift. So you're going to do the same thing with the deadlift. Okay? And by the way, I want you to do it on a breath hold. Hips, hold breath, bend knees, come up. Hips, hold breath, bend knees, come up. Make sure your shoulder blades are squeezed in the back. Okay? Some of you are just like, whatever, I'll just move. Okay? The chin stays in a neutral position. Amy, don't let the head open. Chin stays in a neutral position. Good, Susan, that bar goes against your body. Good. Good. Great, here we go. No time frame on this. I want to get to the heavy piece of this deadlift day, but in order to do that, you got to be sweating first, so grab your kettlebell, okay? There's no time frame on this. I'd appreciate it if you get it done as soon as you possibly can. 20 kettlebell swings, it's going to feel like you're doing a workout. 20 kettlebell swings, 10 burpees and 10 lunge step. 20, 10, 10. The lunge step is unloaded, so the lunge step is not loaded. Okay, this is just time for you to kind of be like, yep, I got to spin things up. I got to get hot. Your kettlebell swing, and I appreciate you guys doing this, by the way. Your kettlebell swing should be enough to be like, oh my gosh, that got me out of breath. We'll do 3 quick rounds. Okay. 10 burpees. Good. Good. And while you're swinging your kettlebell, you could think about your shoulder blades being squeezed back. It's a hip hinge. It's the same movement as a deadlift. Notice that the hips go back first and then the knees bend. It's the same shape, same movement. Good. 10 burpees, 10 lunge step, 5 on each side. It's not loaded. Okay, it is not loaded. Okay, this is just a way to get you so that you're like, yep, I'm actually, the body is hot and warm, the tissues are warm. That's all we're doing here. Good, guys, and I'd like to get 3 rounds of this work done. Five aside. That's good, guys. 3 rounds of this work. So again, what we've gone over, and I just want to keep reminding you, is moving always on a breath hold. Okay, so I'm holding my breath when I'm moving. And then when I get to the top, I reset. Understanding that the hips move first. The hips move first. And then the knees bend in this deadlift position. And my upper back is really active. Okay, so my shoulder blades are squeezed back. Good, you guys are on your 2nd round. Good. I'm going to call it here in about maybe a minute or 2. So I don't care if it's 3 rounds, it doesn't really matter. Okay, as long as you're warmed up. So if you can make 3, great. Okay, if not, don't worry. Good. So I'll give you another minute here to just kind of wrap up whatever you're working on. If you're like, yeah, I want to get back to that kettlebell swing to heat things up even more, great. Okay, but this should warm you all the way up. You should be like, yeah, I'm warmed all the way up. Again, about another 45 seconds to make your way through this. Good, and I like this idea of, can you squeeze your shoulder blades back, Liz, so your shoulders are rounded forward, Liz, in this, and I want you to squeeze them back as you drop that kettlebell underneath you. Yep. Good. Okay. Good. Last 15 seconds here. Again, I don't care if you finish 3 rounds or not. It doesn't matter. You should be like, I'm warm. So as you finish this up, here's what I want to have happen. Okay. I would like for you, if you have, again at home, if you have the load available, I want you to work your way into something that would be heavy for 5, okay, And maybe one time I could do 7 in a row. But it would just be on a one-time effort that I could do 7 in a row, okay? Heavy for 5, it would be really tough to get to 7. And the way I want you to do that is I want you to go through and do 5 sets of 5. 5 sets of 5, building each set to get to a place where you're like, yeah, that's heavy for 5. 7 would be difficult. Now this is a deadlift. Now before you start, hold on. Before you start, hold on, because a lot of you, as soon as I say like, hey, it's time to load, you just go back to your old habits, okay? And so, yeah, I know. You know who I'm talking to. So what I want to make sure is that the reason that I dig into the warm-up so much is because I'm trying to help you guys create new skills around these patterns. Okay, so what we worked on today was saying, hey, look, my back has to stay flat. Part of my back, my cervical spine, is my head. Okay, so I have to make sure my head stays in neutral position. My shoulder blades are squeezed back. Okay, and I said break at your hip, then your knee, and that's all done on a breath hold. Okay, so you're going to be intentional with doing that as you warm up into these first 5 sets of 5. Okay, if you're like, I'm not going to deadlift heavy, just add 3 reps each time at a lighter load, and that's okay. Okay, so go ahead when you guys are ready, and you can start working on this. Good. And each one of those needs to be done on a breath hold. Good. Good. And again, you guys, look, if you're like, I only have a 15-pound kettlebell, that's fine. Keep your hips up higher. Good. That's right, Tommy. So Tommy, you just got to turn your head down. See how you're looking straight forward? Yep, there you go. There, now the whole back stays flat. It looks good. Good, and hold your breath every time you move. Good, guys. So you're working now. And you should be working towards heavy for 5. Good. And just so you know, I know the racks are there, but you want to really, after you do your first one, you just want to work off the floor. Good. Yep, so you don't have to re-rack it each time. Good. And again, when the load gets heavy enough, you'll start to brace. What I'm asking you to do is brace before the load gets heavy enough. That's why I'm talking about that breath hold. And by the way, some of you who enjoyed doing those back squats with no shoes on, it's the same with the deadlift. Your feet connect to the ground much better. Okay, if you have either a very minimal shoe or no shoe at all. Okay, and if you want to experiment with that, you are more than welcome to. Okay, if you're like, nah, I like the shoes on, you can do that too. Good, guys. So we need about 3 or 4 more minutes to get ourselves ready to do this. And again, you'll be at a load that is heavy for 5. A load that's heavy for 5. Good. So it's funny because the squat we talked all about the feet. So now look at your feet. Can you see how they're sprayed out? There you go. Look at the arch of your foot. These are the skills, you guys, that you can apply to anything you're doing with 2 feet on the ground. Toes forward, arch of the foot open, even pressure through the toe to the heel. Okay, these are all things that we've been talking about. Good. So Laura, your back is really rounded. Yep, so there you go. So you got to really focus on squeezing your shoulder blades back. There you go. Good. 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 So you should now be getting to the point where you have a load on your bar. And by the way, this is the only purpose for this. A load on your bar that you're like, oh my gosh, to pick this up, I've got to really engage my core. I've got to hold my breath and then I can move. Okay? If you're still like, I could talk while I'm lifting this load, it might not be heavy enough. And that's okay. If you're like, that doesn't really work for me, or I don't have the load available, that's okay. You would just have to be very intentional with doing this on a breath hold. Good. Good. All right. So I'll give you guys 1 more minute to kind of get there. Good. And you guys, just a heads up, again, it looks like I'm having some internet problems with you guys being sticky. If for some reason I get sticky or you can't see me, please let me know. You can hit me in the chat, you can let me know, but again, if we're good right now, that's fine. All right, guys. So I'm hoping that you're there or close to something that's heavy for 5, and I know it's been a while since we've done this. Okay, heavy for 5, 7 would be tough to get to. Now, here's how this is going to work. Okay, we're going to do 7 rounds of this. Okay, the hardest part of this, any deadlift, the hardest part of this is the first repetition. Okay, because this is the repetition where you have to begin bracing. So you're going to do this on a breath hold. Brace, down, pick your bar up, and then you're already in position now, so you can crank out the rest of the reps. You're going to do 7 reps. Okay, you have 40 seconds to do that, 40 to do 7, and that'll be hard. Okay, then you have to drop your bar, and you must do 1 rep. So it's 7 and 1. Now I'm saying those numbers, okay, and they may or may not fit for you. You might be like, whoa, wait a minute, like I can only do 3. Okay, fine, 3. Or wait a minute, I can get all the way to 9. Okay, I want it to be a hard set. I asked you to load heavy for 5, maybe you could get to 7. I want you to do 7. Okay, if you're like, I loaded heavy for 10, I could maybe get to 12, do 12. Okay, but then you're going to drop your bar, and you're going to reclaim all the tension, so you have to reset everything, and then pick your bar up 1 time. So it's 7 and 1. And the 1 is designed to get you in that place where you're like, oh my gosh, I got to re-brace again. I got to hold my breath again. I got to bring my core in tight again. 7 and 1. Okay, we're going to end up doing 7 rounds like this. Okay, questions anywhere? Questions? 1 minute off. You have, so plenty of time off. So by the way, if you're like, my load is not heavy enough, if my load is not heavy enough, yeah, she's always asking those questions, right? so yeah, that's right. So if the load is not heavy enough, in the 1 minute, you're going to be like, this didn't work. And that's okay. If you're not ready to lift like that yet, heavy, that's okay. In which case, I would supplement something else. I would grab my kettlebell and I would do like a loaded lunge step. Same thing, okay, in the minute off. If you lifted heavy enough, the minute off is going to be plenty, okay? And either way is fine. Do what works for you, okay? Clock rolls in 10 seconds. It's 40 seconds to get your work done, okay? And I'll let you guys focus on this. 3, 2, 1. You're on. Good. Yep, so I know you want to get the task done, and that's good. There you go, that looks way better. Hips, knees. Good. That's it. Good, guys. Good. There you go, 7 and 1, and then you have a whole minute off. Okay, you're gonna have a whole minute off. So in about 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, rest there. Good, and big deal if you go over your minute, that's okay. 7 and 1, you have 60 seconds off. And you can make changes as you go along. You can make changes as you go along. Again, the only way this really works is if the load is heavy enough, so you're going to have to play around with the load, or if the volume is heavy enough. So you got to kind of really tinker with this and make it work. And if you're like, that was super easy and I don't want to go heavier, you could easily in a minute, this minute, add another activity. And I would pick up your kettlebell and I'd be like, I'm going to do 20 lunges in a minute. And that's okay. Good, there's about 20 seconds, you guys, and we'll go again. There's enough time here to think about the position that we've gone over and the breath hold. Okay, shoulder blades squeeze back. Okay, hips, knees, all under a breath hold. When you get to the top, you can breathe. 7 seconds till we roll. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good. So some of you are not stiff enough because every time you touch the ground, you release the bar. And I want you to keep that tension the whole time. Good. Good. Head down, Tommy. Turn your head down more. There you go. Good. Good. Good, guys. Yep. 7, and then 1. Stiff arms. Good, and then stand up. That's good, Pat. Good. You got to squeeze your shoulder blades back, Liz. So every time you go to pick that bar up, you're like, So there's got to be more stiffness in the system. There's the top of the minute, but who cares if you have to go over. Use the tools that you have here, you guys. You've got a barbell in front of you which closes your chain. It's called a kinetic chain. It's closed. You can use the barbell to create stability. By trying to break that barbell, you'll create some stability in the system. Some of you are just going down and you're just lifting it up. When I see the elbows bend, as soon as I see your elbows bend, I know that that chain is broken. So for those of you who go to the bottom and you're like, okay, I'm ready, and you do this, I know that that whole chain of stability is broken. This should be done with stiff arms the whole time. I'm really actively trying to break my bar. Okay, 10 seconds and we're on. This is round 3. Constantly making changes. But by this round, after this round, you should know. Like, this should be really hard to do. And you've got to figure out a way to make that happen. Here we go. You're on. Good. Shoulder blades squeeze back in the whole position. Good. That's it, Sarah. Good. Yep, that's right, Paul. Pull your shoulder blades back, Paul. Good. Good. Amy, that's good. Good. 7. Take a deep breath. Brace. Show me that you can do it again. Good, Pat. Good, Janelle. Good, guys. Good. Good job. There's the top of the minute. Good. So what I'm saying here, that was our 3rd round out of 7. You should be like, okay, this is hard to do. If it's not, add something. Load, add some volume, whatever it is. Okay, in about 40 seconds, we'll move on to round 4. We're going to do 7 of these. There's not a lot there. Okay, there's not a ton there. Good, and then you can also use this to be like, some of you are like, oh my gosh, my back hurts. Okay, well this is not an activity specifically for your back. It's your glutes, it's your hamstrings, it's part of your back, it's your core. So that's probably a bracing issue. Okay, so are you doing this on a breath hold from the top? Hold breath, then go down, then grab bar, all on a breath hold. The only place I breathe is after I'm under load in the top position. Clock rolls in 7 seconds. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good. There should be such stiffness in the system that there's no jerk or movement when you grab the bar. You should see the hip and the shoulder come up at the same time. That's good. Think of the foot pressure. Good. Good, Tammy. Good. All good, guys. 15 seconds. Good. So Liz, get yourself set before you even grab that bar. Good. 3, 2, 1, there's the top. Good. So if I were you, and my bar is in front of me, a lot of you are going like, okay, I'm chill, I'm relaxed, I'm going down, I'll grab my bar down here, and then I'll get tight down here. And what I'm trying to say is before you even pick up your bar, Hold your breath, get really stiff, pull your shoulders back, then grab your bar. I've already got tension in the system, and now I can stand up under tension. Okay, once you load yourself and then you try and get that tension in the system and that stiffness, it won't work. Okay, clock rolls in 24 seconds. We're on round 5 out of 7. So again, there's not a ton here. Okay, not a ton here, but what I want to have happen is I want it to be potent, the work that you are doing. There's about 12 seconds, 10 seconds, guys. This is round 5 out of 7. 5 out of 7. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You're on. Good. Yep. Good. Amy, that's good. Good, David, tip your head down. I want you to look like 8 feet in front of your body. Good, there you go. Good, guys, there's 15 seconds left. That's way better, Paul. Good. 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 Good, guys. There's the top of the minute right there. That was 5. We'll do 2 more. 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Good. 40 seconds, and we'll go again. And you can continue to make changes if you want. You've just got to find a way to make this work for you. Good, guys. 30 seconds, and we're on. You have 2 more left, and that's it. So it's not like we're doing 20 rounds of this. We just have 7 rounds. That's all we've got. Good, there's 15 seconds. This is part 1 of 2, by the way. The second part is a different strength activity, so we're not done after this, if that's what you're thinking. 10 seconds. Okay, 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7. 4, 3, 2, 1. So for those of you who did not take the time to get stiff in the top position, you just went down and grabbed your bar, and then you were like, I'm stiff. Okay, I'm telling you, you're leaving some tension, some torsion, some torque on the table. That looks better. Good. Good, John. Good. 20 seconds left. That's better, Tommy. Good. Good, Catherine. Drive your knees out harder, Catherine. Good. Good. Head down more, Laura. You got to keep that head down. Keep that head down more. Good. Good, guys. Top of the minute right there. We'll do 1 more of these. Okay, we'll do 1 more here. And then I'll show you what we've got time to do here. Yeah, we have plenty of time. We're good. There's 45 seconds. 45 seconds. We've got our last one. Again, pull all that tension into the system before you get your hands on your bar. Be as stiff as you can. Use the bar to close off the kinetic chain so you're active with your grip. Hold your breath, then grab your bar. Clock rolls in about 25 seconds. It's the last set for your deadlifts, by the way. This is it. Good. 20 seconds. Ten seconds and you're on, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's perfect. David, that was great. Good. Yep. Get that even grip. Reset from the top. There you go. Now you're thinking about it. Good. That's it. Tommy, good. That's better, Laura. Good. Good. Turn your head down, Janelle. Yep. 15 seconds. Reload. Get stiff in the top. Roll your shoulder blades back. Good job, Amy. Good job. Well done. Well done. Good. Okay, rest there, good. All I want you to do with your barbell, you guys if you have dumbbells, okay, I want you to set up a floor chest press that you could guarantee me you could get to 15 on, but you couldn't get to 20. I could do 15, I couldn't do 20. Okay? I could do, it's a guaranteed. Okay, as hard as you tried, you could not do more than 20 chest press off the floor in a row. Okay, so that's what you're going to set up for. Okay, and this last bit will spin up a little bit for you. Yeah, you're going to want to throw your shoes on now. Good. So it's a guarantee. I can get to 15. There's no way I'm going to get to 20. I can get to 15. No way I'm getting to 20. And by the way, it's the only way this works. Okay, get to 15, cannot get to 20. Good, once you've got your load on your bar that you could do 15 of, but you could not get to 20 of, here's how this spins up at the end. Okay? You're going to work off the floor. Okay, you can re-rack your bar if you want. Okay. And there's only one way for this to work. There's only one way for this to work. That you have guaranteed me that as hard as you go, you could not go beyond 20 reps. Okay, I could only do somewhere between 15 and maybe on the best day ever I could get 20. It's the only way this works. Okay, here's how we're going to go. I'll give you 6 minutes, and some of you will make it and some of you won't. You have to be okay with not making it. Okay, 6 minutes. You're going to do 50 chest press. 50 chest press. Okay, every time you break, you're going to do 20 kettlebell drags. 20 kettlebell drags. Okay, every time you break, you'll do 20 kettlebell drags. Okay, you have 6 minutes to complete this work. 6 minutes to complete this work. Again, the only way that this works is if you're like, yep, I'm at a place where I could only do 15, maybe 20. Good, clock rolls in 10 seconds. Okay, you have 6 minutes to try and accumulate 50. 50, ready? Yep, here we go. So you're on here. 6 minutes. Do as many as you can out of the gate the first time. Do as many as you can. You're trying to get to 50. The elbows must touch the ground. You may not rest with your elbows on the floor. The only resting position would be with your hands on the bar and your arms fully extended. Good. Keep going. Get as many as you possibly can. Get as many as you can. Now I've got a special treat for you. Keep going. Yep. Keep going. Yep. Do as many as you can. When you're done, start dragging that kettlebell. Good. That's right. Good. Good. That's great. I love it. Keep going. Get as many as you can. You'll need it. Good. You're going to need as many as you can. Good. So half of you have broken, half of you are still working. Good job. Good, keep going. Yep, you're good. Okay, good. So most of you have closed this out. Some of you are still working. If you went to over 20, so anything 21 or over, you're not going for 50, you're going for 60. Okay, so if you went over 20, you're going for 60 reps here. Okay, 20 there, Tommy, 20. 20 kettlebell drags. So if you went over 20, you're going to close out 60 reps here. Good? You guys have about, you're about 90 seconds in here. You need 20 kettlebell drag, 10 on each side. So this gets pretty hot here at the end. If you did 20 or less reps on your first attempt, you're good to go to 50. If you did more than 20 reps on your chest press load, okay, you're going to close this out by going to 60. Okay, that's only fair. That's only fair. Good. You guys are 2 minutes in. You have 4 minutes to go. Good. And you're probably going to sense a significant decrease now in the number of reps that you can get here. Good. So again, if you're like, I did 21 or more on that first set, you're shooting for 60 of these. Good. 2.5 minutes in, okay? 6-minute mark. Good. Every time you finish, it's 20 kettlebell drags. Every time you finish, it's 20 kettlebell drags. Good, guys. Halfway here, so you have 3 minutes to go. Good, guys. Still working on it, and this, for most of you, will take you right up to the last second, just so you know. Good, okay, there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Good, guys. Yep. Less than 2 to go here, just so you know. Less than 2 minutes to go. Yep. And again, the whole point of this is, let's just spin this up a little bit here at the very end. "90 seconds. Good. Good. Elbows to the ground. David, walk your hands out 3 inches on that bar so you don't get shearing on your elbow. You should see a 90-degree angle from your elbow, from your forearm to your bicep. 90 degrees. Good. So you guys got a minute, and I'm still waiting for anybody to come up out of this and finish. I think we've got 1. Nope, not yet. Pat, you there? You be able to do it on this one? Yeah. 50 seconds. Good? Yep, and so the whole point here, that's good, Catherine. Some of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to run this all the way to the end and I got to get 2 more than what I used to get. That's fine. This will be it. If you break here, you're screwed. So you got to go. There's 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, this is one final attempt. If you're working, you got to get your work done now. Okay, no option here. You would just have to close it out. 20 seconds. Good. 15 seconds. And again, you might as well just keep going. Got it, Pat? Well done. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest right there. Good job, guys. So that is a 6-minute cap. Good. That's a 6-minute cap. Whether you made it or not, it's fine. You got some work out of it. Good job. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I would like it if you could please wipe everything down, put it away. Okay, leave your bars out. Okay, if you could leave your bars out, that would be great. Now, tomorrow we're back out, and it's a tough, challenging session tomorrow. Okay, a lot of the work is done with a barbell. We've incorporated some conditioning work along with it. But just a heads up, tomorrow will be a tough training session. It's load dependent. Okay, so be prepared to kind of show up and do something that might be a little heavier than what you're used to doing. You guys, if you have any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, thanks for coming in. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, guys. Yep, you too.